Yep. It's been that kind of day. The new Surface Blues.
They had wasn't that a record yesterday in the truck race too? For caution laps?
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of them, I know that. All right, here we go. Lights are out, and we're going to go back green flag racing with about 16 laps to go.
Bumper time?
Nah.
No?
All these guys trying to get their tires cleaned up, get their carburetor cleaned out, make sure they will accelerate. And we know that Vickers in the 25 car is a teammate of the 48. He will cut him some slack going down in turn 1.
And Jimmy wants him there. You know, you think, oh, why is that 25 car? Jimmy Johnson wants him there so he can clear him, and hopefully Rusty won't.
That would be the plan. But no, it didn't work. Worked for the 12 car.
Rusty still had to run that high line a little bit, so it cost him a little bit.
15 to go when they come to the line.
That 48 guy, I thought he got loose, but the car just kicked out. He nailed it and got off a great exit off turn 4.
And judging by the intensity of things in traffic, I don't know that we're done with the yellow flag yet.
We may not be.
But we'll see.
42 car moves right on the back bumper of Ryan Newman now.
Jamie McMurray's team playing the contrarian strategy all day, doing what everybody else did not do on their pit stops. If the leaders came in, he stayed out. When the leaders stayed out, he came in.
That's good contrarian strategy.
I'm going to look that up when I get home. He's getting in the corners really good.
I think Alan just made up a new word.
I think not. It's getting...
Tell you what, Jimmy Johnson's just not making any mistakes, and that's what we talked about earlier. Guys don't make many. Rusty's hoping he does, but...
Sorry about that. Well, I was just going to say, Nextel Cup Series short track wins. Rusty Wallace, 25. Jimmy Johnson, 0.
And we got a spin up in the corner. The 99 and 31 both go round and round, and guess what? More caution flag laps, more caution flags.
If we're going to set a record, let's really go for it.
Oh,
yeah. Number 17. Yellow flag on the day. Scott Riggs will be your lucky dog, and the pace car will lead some more laps.
It's actually probably led more laps than anybody, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Pace car?
Yeah.
Busch led 120, so now he's led 121 or 2, right?
The pace car has just taken over the lead for most laps led on the day.
Okay.
There you go.
Give him the bonus points to the pace car.
And Brett? Good for Brett. Does he get 5 points?
Carl Edwards has been around a lot of the wrecks today. This time he was in it.
Both those guys were sideways back in the straightaway. I mean, it's not funny to them, obviously, but...
Robbie hit the wall.
Off turn 2.
I can't explain that, Benny.
No,
I'm sorry, I can't explain that.
We'll give you one more try.
Inside, he's in there.
Now he's really in there.
Bobby
Got
Edwards.
us, guys.
Robbie wheel hopped it.
And when he got onto that grass there, separating the pit road and the racetrack.
And the mud, no grip at all down there in that mud.
That probably wasn't going to work out. All right, Marty.
Well, Matt Borland, these caution flag laps are not your friend, are they?
No, they're not. We're car's pretty good on a long run. We're just running out of laps here to do something, but get the best finish we can and take it home from there.
Believe it or not, guys, the last lap Ryan Newman turned, the fastest lap for him all race long.
Well, the only good thing about it now is they start single file on this restart. They won't have to worry about anybody being down on the low side because it's under 10 laps to go.
This is the 4th caution flag in 40 laps.
That's actually good for Rusty and company. It's probably not great for Jimmy Johnson. I think he'd like to have
A little buffer.
Yeah.
So setting the restart, which will be a single file restart with no lap cars to the inside of the leaders. Inside the final 10 laps of the race. And we have 26 cars on the lead lap.
Man, oh man.
So we've set records for the most caution flag periods in a race this season. We've topped the number of caution flag laps here in Martinsville. previous record. And still waiting to see what little twists of plot we might have in these final laps.
Got to be the first time pace cars led the most laps in a race.
I don't know. I don't know if they don't really track that. Matt?
Now, Alan, talk about being between a rock and a hard place. Owner Roger Penske up on the spotter stand just had a conversation with Rusty. Rusty said, boss, you tell the 12 to stay off my bumper and I can win this thing. Now, what do you think the chances are he's actually going to pass that on to the 12?
Slim to none.
He'll probably pass on the message that a number of other car owners would pass on in the same situation.
Sorry, Rusty, your radio's breaking up.
Just don't wreck each other.
So Rusty weaving his car back and forth, trying to clean all debris that might be accumulated on those tires, get them as clean as he can, because you get down to turn 1. If it's on there, the car will just slide across the racetrack and not grip. We see him back and forth.
And he'll lose the spot because Newman will be there.
That's right. Gets off that bottom of just a few feet, he's going to lose a spot. Same thing for Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman, any of them.
Rusty's going to lay back a little bit.
7 laps to go.
Green, green, green.
Oh, he almost left the door open. There's some.
Rusty on the outside, diving hard into the corner for the lead.
I think this is going to help Ryan more than anybody.
Oh, they bounce off each other.
Man, oh man.
So much for the little comment from the team owner.
Just
don't wreck each other.
Man.
Hey, Rusty was going for it. You got to give him that.
So he was trying to win.
He was trying to win, and he was going for it.
Now he's trying to regroup and knock the marbles off his tire, and Ryan Newman's going to try and regroup and go after Jimmy Johnson for the victory.
Jimmy Johnson smiling big because that's what he wanted to see in the mirror right there. All Jimmy's got to do now is just focus, just pay attention to hitting your marks. Don't even look in the mirror. Drive as hard as you can and don't make any mistakes, and you'll win the race.
Jimmy Johnson has a remarkable record here in Martinsville Speedway.
That 12 car is just about to blow up. We see, been seeing the smoke out of the tailpipe for several laps now. And that last lap, there it is again.
Yes.
Just about gone.
He's only got a couple miles to go.
Yep.
You don't think he wound it out a little tight on that restart, do you?
Well, no, I saw it before the actual last caution flag. And we got Terry Labonte spun off turn 4, but he gets it going again.
No caution.
No caution. Coming to 2 to go. Jimmy Johnson finished 35th in his first race here in Martinsville. Since then, though, 6th, 9th, 2nd, 4th. He led 104 laps of the April race here. They did not pit at the end of the race when some others did. The fresh tires beat him. This time his pit crew has been superb. Got him out ahead of Kevin Harvick a little earlier in the race, keeping him in the hunt. And a good driver in a fast race car have gotten them to within 1 lap of their 2nd straight win.
Boy, McMurray is all over it. Got him, bumped him, and moved Ryan up. Now, this ain't over yet.
Now, because he's got to go through this corner now, doesn't he?
Now, Newman will drive by and bump him. Trying to take the spot back, but McMurray hangs on to it.
Great race for 2nd to the finish, all the way to the checkered flag. But it's going on behind Jimmy Johnson, who picks up his 6th win of 2004.
Awesome job, guys. Awesome, awesome job.
And Johnson's championship bid.
Now, Rusty's going to go up and have a word with Ryan Newman.
Oh, we got him wrecked in turn 1 down here after the checkered flag, too.
Wow, Newman just drove into, I don't know who drove into who, but. Did Rusty drive into him? Well, interesting team meeting.
That'll keep Mr. Penske busy here after the race. That seems to be the new vogue in burnouts. Put the nose against the wall and let it rip.
Tell you what, not a lot of room on this racetrack to do the burnouts.
No, that's right.
You can do some damage to your race car bouncing off the inside or outside retaining wall.
So Jimmy Johnson started the day in 8th place in the chase for the Nextel Cup, 227 points behind the leader Kurt Busch. 4 Unfortunately for Jimmy, Kurt finished 5th today, so just like last Saturday night at Charlotte, he won the race and only gained 20 points. He's going to win the race today and not gain very many more than that either, especially since Kurt got the bonus points for leading the most laps. 6th win of 2004 for Jimmy Johnson. He led today 2 times for 67 laps.
And Jeff Gordon comes back to finish in 9th position. Great job by he and Robbie Lewis, that entire team.
Yeah, Gordon worked for that today.
Another rally. Matt Kenseth, another rally.
Sure did.
Tony Stewart kind of struggled on after looking strong early.
That was Tony spun down in turn 1 there on the after the checkered flag, I believe.
Yeah,
Tony and Ricky.
He and Ricky Rudd, yep. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Elliott Sadler failing to finish today. You saw their late race problems. And the first few drivers out of the race. And the chase for the Nextel Cup. 24 was the gap first to second starting the day. Good points day for Kurt Busch with 4 races to go.
Well, I'll say.
Let's go to Bill Weber.
Thank you, Alan. Normally we would go to Victory Lane at this point for the post-race celebration. That will not be the case today. I'm with Jim Hunter, who's NASCAR's Vice President of Corporate Communications. And Jim, you have some very sad news.
Yes, we've been made aware the FAA reported they lost contact with a Hendrick Motorsports airplane inbound for Martinsville earlier today, Bill. We don't have a lot of details or a lot of information, but I know the FAA and the NTSB are investigating, and we've been in contact with Rick Hendrick, and we're in contact with his entire organization. And we just don't have a lot of details at the moment. But we're going to say an extra prayer for everyone in the Hendrick organization at this time.
And you have been waiting throughout the afternoon for information on what may have occurred.
Yes, apparently a plane was en route to Martinsville, and they lost it on radar, and that's all the information we have at this time.
Okay, Jim, thank you very much. So that's the latest from down here. Let's go back up to Alan.
All right, Bill, thank you. And again, Jimmy Johnson driving for Hendrick Motorsports and has climbed from his car, and they've taken Jimmy off to talk with him, so we'll not attempt to interview he or any of those other drivers at this point. We'll respectfully give them the room they deserve at this very difficult moment. That's heartbreaking news. And, of course, we'll have more information as NBC News stays on top of the situation for you. Later today, we'll have the NBC Allstate Sports Desk. We'll provide more details later on in the afternoon.
I mean, when we lost Papa Joe a couple of months ago, that broke my heart. And something happened with these guys. If anything did happen with somebody with Hendrick, it would be.
We'll stay on top of the situation for you and offer our thoughts and best wishes for all of the Hendrick Motorsports organization. So that's it at Martinsville today. Next weekend it's on to Atlanta. Saturday the NASCAR Busch Series on TNT. Next Sunday 12 noon Eastern Time. Home Depot presents Nextel Cup Series racing on NBC, starting with Discover Card Countdown to Green. Jimmy Johnson wins today here at Martinsville Speedway, his 6th win of 2004. Kurt Busch opening a bigger lead in the chase for the Nextel Cup with 4 races to go in the season. For Wally Dallenbach, Benny Parsons, and Bill Weber, Alan Bestwick saying so long from Martinsville.